What is going down, my YouTube family? It is your boy Zary from the XMG, Zary's Mobile Gaming, coming at you today to talk to you about the brand new demon character Slinger. But before we get into Slinger, if you are not part of that XMG family, become part of that XMG family. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, like the videos, everything helps. I appreciate all the help. We hit a very big milestone in the XMG. We're over 350 subscribers, so let's keep it going. So we're going to talk about Noob series with Slinger. So let's get into it. So Slinger is a order, demons, fighter, warrior, and a leader. Slinger is a very cool design. I like his artwork quite a bit. He brings a lot to the demon faction. But before we get into that, if you make it to the end of the video, you will see a little Slinger versus Murdoch arena battle that I filmed. So at the end of the video, check that out. Let's get into his stats. So Slinger does physical damage. So his physical damage is at 2719. His critical chance is at 30.26. His health is at 20,108. His physical armor is at 31.95. Very good physical armor. Magical armor is at 28.43. Very good magical armor as well. His shield is at 25,113. Speed comes in at a very, very respectable 159. Potency is at 33%. And tenacity is at 33%. Health steal 10%. So what did we learn from Slinger here? We learned his physical damage isn't too bad. His potency is very good to start. He has very good armor. And his health and shield is already above 40,000 mark. Coming in about 45,200-ish, right in that range. Right now we are looking good. So let's take a look at his move kit. Ability 1 is called Pebble. It deals 250% of physical damage to an enemy, and he has a 50% chance to decrease the target's turn meter by 10%. So for Pebble, we're looking at physical damage and potency. Ability 2, Little Slingshot, deals 370% to physical damage to an enemy and inflicts damage decrease for 2 turns. So again, we have physical damage and potency. Ability 3, Cannonball, deals 250% of physical damage to all enemies. Critical hits remove 1 buff from the enemy. This is an awesome move, guys. He is a dispeller. He can get around tanks. He can remove invisibility. Very, very good move, but we need potency for it. And again, we learned physical damage. His passive ability, Slinger gains damage increase, critical chance increase, or critical damage increase for 1 turn at the end of his turn. So he's going to get a damage increase. Then he's either going to get critical chance or critical damage. Now we're hoping he gets critical chance because that'll benefit his cannonball move and his leadership. All allied demons gain 20% of their maximum health. Every time an ally gets a critical hit, all allies recover 5% of their turn meter. Allied demons recover twice the amount. So what we learned here is that critical chance is going to be key if you're running his leadership. And his leadership is far superior to that of Shadar. I've tested them both, and his leadership is by far superior. So if you're using his leadership, you definitely want to amp up critical chance on your demons. Recovering 10% turn meter on a critical hit is huge. If you come in with a AoE ability and you crit 5 times, you're getting back 50% of your turn meter. So we want to keep that in mind. So what did we learn from his move kit? We learned that he has physical damage. We learned he needs critical chance. We learned he needs potency. So we could ruin this guy a couple different ways. One is you go damage. You put on your damage set, and then you could either go potency secondary or critical chance secondary. The other way you could do this is you could go 2 potencies and a critical chance. You could do 2 critical chance and a potency. The most success I've had with him so far, I've done 2 critical chances and a potency, looking for damage, speed, critical chance, and potency secondaries. Now remember, he is going to have one of the best healers in the game on his team in Xantera. Anything survivability would be a plus. So I'm going to rune him with 2 critical chance and 2 potency, and then we'll look at the stats, we'll look at his runes, and then we'll talk about how we're going to scroll sync him. Be right back. Okay, I am back. Full rune amulet, 2 potencies, 2 critical chance. That gives us 16% more critical chance and 15% more potency. So those debuffs will stick, so those buffs will get removed. So we'll take a look at the runes. Starting in the northern rune, I went with obviously a damage primary, speed, health, damage, and critical chance. I obviously went with the speed primary here, shield, critical chance, health, and some tenacity. Then I went with armor, critical chance, potency, armor, and shield. In the southern rune, I went with a critical chance primary, damage, health, armor, and potency. And in the southwestern rune, we have shield, potency, tenacity, critical chance, and 1 speed. And then in the northwestern rune, we went potency, shield, damage, hit twice, beautiful thing, armor, and some more critical chance. So let's take a look at his stats and see what it did for him. Alright, looking at his overall stats, we brought up his physical damage, 101. He's at a 2820. That isn't bad. Wish it was a little higher, but I'll take it. Because his critical chance is at 57.09%. That means he has over a 1 in 2 chance to remove a buff every time he goes. I will take that for sure. We brought up his health, 367 to 20,475. Physical armor, 2%. Magic armor, 2.5% almost. We got his magic armor above that 30% threshold, so definitely okay with that. We brought up his shield, 3,684 to 28,797. Definitely a very good improvement on his shield. I'm okay with that. We brought up his speed, 25 to a very respectable 184. Very, very nice. We got his potency up 36.79% to 69.79%. Extremely happy with that. We added almost 5% tenacity to him, making that tenacity potency check just a little bit better, coming in at 37.63. So all in all, I'm extremely happy with what we did. We sprinkled in speed, we got his critical chance up, gave him a little bit more damage, and then we got him some more potency. The video at the end, these are the runes I was running with him, and he does some pretty decent damage, so I'm okay with where we're at. But his main goal in the team is to have his leadership ability and then strip those buffs. That's why we want him. So that's what we went for. So let's talk about his scroll sync. Now his ability 1, Pebble, at level 2, deals 110% of physical damage to an enemy. Until level 5 is where we get the 50% chance to decrease the target turn meter by 5%. What we're going to do there is we're going to leave it right at level 2. Second ability at level 2 deals 180% of physical damage to an enemy, 30% chance to inflict damage decrease for 2 turns. So leaving it at level 2 with a no blue scroll investment, we are getting a 30% chance to inflict damage decrease. Perfectly fine leaving that at level 2. Cannonball deals 125% of physical damage to all enemies. At level 4 is where we get the 30% chance to remove 1 buff from an enemy. So we're going to take that to level 4. His passive ability at level 2, Slinger has a 30% chance to gain damage increase, critical chance, critical damage increase for 1 turn at the end of his turn. We're going to leave that right at level 2. Then, his leadership ability. All allied demons gain 15% of their maximum health. At level 4, all demons gain 20% of their maximum health. Every time an ally gets a critical hit, all allies recover 2% of their turn meter. All demon allies increase twice as much. So 4% turn meter gain. So level 4, we're going to keep it there. So what we're going to do is you get him brand new. I'm coming right to his leadership ability, taking that to level 4. I am going to his cannonball, taking that to level 4. This is after you get everything up to level 2. Okay? Then I'm coming back to his leadership ability, and I'm taking that to level 6. Then I'm going back to cannonball, taking that to level 6. Then I am coming to his basic ability, and I'm going to take that to level 5. And I'm going to stop right there. Then I am going to come over to his little slingshot, and we are going to bump up his slingshot to level 3. Then I'm coming to his passive ability and taking that to level 4. Then I will come back to his basic, finish that off, slingshot, passive. That's the way I would do it. That's the way I feel we could get the most out of the character. Alright everybody, there is the Noob guide for Slinger. He is really fun to play. The devs did a really good job incorporating his move kit into the rest of the demon faction. The cool part about him is they said in the patch notes he will be in the arena store. So I am hoarding my arena currency when I saw that patch note yesterday. So I haven't spent any of my arena currency so I can get this guy and get him up and running. He does wonders for the demon faction. Now keep in mind everything we went over, this is on the test account. The patch is not live yet, so things could change. If they do change, I'll let you know. Thank you so much again for hitting that goal of 350 subscribers. And if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button because you are going to be missing out on some really good stuff coming your way. So everybody, be safe, have fun. I love you all. Enjoy the video. I'm out.